Okay, hi everyone. We will just wait for more 1 minute and then we will start our first demo session for this batch. Okay, uh, let's start for today's session. So basically, we are going to first of all understand what is SAP and like who can learn SAP and how about SAP as a career. Okay, so basically, SAP is a ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning, and SAP is a short form. Okay, so it's systems, applications, and product and data processing. Okay, this is the full form for that. And this particular company, it's a Germany-based company, and this company has founded in 1972. Okay, like founded by five former uh, IBM consultants. Then what ERP is doing actually is ERP is a software which is actually handling everything within a company. Suppose it's a manufacturing company, then it handles like if there is a procurement, then there is a production, then there is a sales, and also the finance, also the human resource like HR. Okay, all of these things, like these are very basic and core areas for a company. So these all companies, like whatever process is going through the within the company, that should be recorded somewhere. So long back or like few years back, people used to write everything on book and then used to tally everything by month end, quarter end, year end, all of different periods. So now SAP is a software where we actually record all data. Record means what? Suppose we are buying something. So for buying, first of all, we will be creating a purchase order. Okay, we have to give a purchase order from whom we are buying something. So that purchase order can be like previously it was by mail, it was written in the mail and it was recorded in a book, okay, purchase order book, we can say. So now later on when software came into the picture, then ERP came into the picture almost after 1972. So at that time, people started to enter all of the details on the computer, and then this was stored for further processing and even as a reference for coming future. Okay. So we are going to go in detail. Maybe some of you guys who are not familiar with these kind of terms, so don't worry. When we are going to start the lecture, so we will go with the Q&A sessions and all of your basic queries will be answered over there. Okay. This is live. We cannot have much interaction here. Going later on in the classes, it will be a Google Meet and we can have one-to-one conversation, communication, and like we can discuss on your queries. So, like these are the very basic modules. Almost there are more than 55 modules in SAP. Okay. But if someone is implementing SAP or someone is having SAP in their company, so it is default that they will have MM module, SD module, FI module. These three modules are very basic modules. If you implement SAP, you have this, or the customer has this. Production has an option. It is like only production companies will use production. Trading companies will not use the production planning module. Okay, that also depends. An HR module, if the company is having multiple or more employees, then they can also configure the HR module and work on that. Then there are also technical modules when the ERP or SAP is getting implemented. So at that time, ABAP is a module which needs coding. Yeah, first of all, MM module doesn't need coding. So anyone who is having this question or query in mind that do I need to code? So you don't need to code. Don't worry about that. Okay. Then what you have to do? We are going to go into that. Okay, what is the actual work in MM? Then ABAP is a technical module. The SAP ABAP people, they actually do coding. Okay. Then competitors, like when we will be learning a specific software, so what is the competition in market and how does that work? Okay. So Oracle and Microsoft, actually I would not say they are the competitors because the market share is very less. Like SAP is having the market share almost more than 75% globally. Okay. So Oracle, Microsoft, and few more small softwares, okay, they have a small market share in the market. So you don't need to worry that will there be jobs in the future. There will be jobs, and SAP is getting updated day by day. So new people who are coming, who are learning the latest features in SAP, they are getting opportunity. They are also getting the opportunities. So what is ERP? Basically, I told it is supply chain. The supply chain is, you can say, the whole supply chain from like procuring, production, sales, all of these things, then manufacturing, then finance, okay, then human resource sales, so customer CRM. So there are multiple things into this. Okay. So SAP is not limited to any particular module or any particular process or any particular industry. They almost work into all of the industries. They have solution in all of the industries. Then when we come to SAP MM, so what is MM and what we are, which process we are accommodating in SAP? Okay, so the process is basically there are two processes or two types of process. First is procurement and the second one is inventory management. So when you are learning about procurement, so if you have a previous experience in procurement, so basically you know what type of procurements are done in a company and how it is followed. Okay. But now what happens here is the people who are fresher or who don't have the background for material or for procurement, they don't need to worry because we work or we start our things from very basic. Okay, so you don't need to worry. It will be a from zero to a expert level of class. Then Here, what is mean by procurement? Basically, procurement is like if there is a requirement, okay, suppose it's a spare part warehouse from where they are requesting something, they need something to buy. So what they will do is they will create a requisition in the system. So that is determination of requirements. So once this is done and the requirement actually reaches to the purchasing department, so the purchasing department will find some vendors in market, maybe by Google or with some references, and they will ask for quotation to this but all of these vendors. So when they receive the quotation price, okay, so that will be suppose I want to buy a spare part A, and vendor one will give some price, maybe 110, vendor two will give 150, vendor 3 will give 130. So all this is what is a part of source determination. So when I have this 1, 2, and 3 vendor and I'm getting these prices, so I will be comparing all of the prices and getting the most reasonable price, not only price but also the delivery time and all of multiple parameters. So once this is compared, then I will allot like vendor selection, the third process you can see. So that is somewhere where we are doing the comparison and finalizing the vendor. So once the vendor is finalized, then we go for purchase order creation. So PO processing. So a purchase order is created in SAP and it is sent to the vendor. So it can be sent, it will be sent by email or hard copy also can be couriered or sent to them. Okay. Then once this is done, then order monitoring, like whether the order is coming on time and all of these things. So this is basically a out of SAP part. And when we actually receive the material, that's a goods receipt. So goods receipt is basically when you get the material at on your gate. So from there you are getting the material like how that will be compared to the purchase order which was sent. So basically the purchase order number is written on the document which is sent by the vendor. So what is that document? That document is a delivery challan and along with that invoice will be also there. Okay, so all of the material in that delivery challan will be written like material A, B, C, and its quantity. So we will be verifying that quantity and then the GRN will be posted in the system. GRN is goods receipt basically. So when this is posted in the system, so in system your stock will get updated. Okay, so now I have, so anyone in the company can just go on a computer and enter a certain transaction that is MMB, and he can check for material A how much stock we have and where is it, which location it is. So these all things can be seen. And then on that basis, the planning for production, or if it's a spare part, then the repair of a machine that can be scheduled. So while after the goods received, what happens is there is an invoice verification. So what is invoice verification is the person from the finance will be posting the invoice that we have received so and so material, and the invoice number will be entered in the system. And now there are few things like payment terms is one part. As per the payment terms, the payment will be done to the vendor. So what is payment term and all of the details with the screen when we will start our class, like in coming lectures, we are going to go through that, okay, in detail. So it is payment. Payment is basically done by the finance team to the vendor. So now this was something overview of what is procurement. Apart from this, we also have a inventory management a part. Like procurement will be one submodule of MM, and inventory management will be another submodule of MM. So inventory management is like when I have a material in my warehouse and someone is asking for that material, so they will be creating a reservation, and then I will be sending or transferring the material to that particular department or location or production location with reference to that reservation. Okay. And then I can move my stock to block stock, quality stock, unrestricted stock. All there are a few things into that we are going to learn. Okay. But inventory management, I would say it is not that big. Then procurement has multiple processes like service procurement, import procurement, domestic procurement, asset procurement, stock transfer, and yeah, all of these processes. Okay. Then we come to like SAP. So basically, to understand how does SAP, the look and feel of SAP. So here you can see at the left side that is SAP GUI interface, and at the right side SAP Fiori user interface. So basically, SAP GUI is the older interface. It is not like it is obsolete, means it is not like it is removed. You have the GUI interface. I would say like major of the companies are still using the GUI interface, okay, because it's a habit. And the Fury interface, this particular interface, actually Fury was introduced somewhere by 2012 to 2012, but it actually came like then every year SAP was releasing a version. Version means what? Same like Android and iOS. Every 6 months or 1 year they update something and send it to us, and then we install it in our mobile. Okay. Similar to that, the version means SAP was getting some new features and then giving the release, and we were getting it upgraded in our SAP. So when the SAP software was getting updated, so Fury, what I've seen is after 2018, the customers have started using Fury, and now many of the customers are using Fury, but still the major part which is used is SAP GUI. But in the coming time, the all the customers will be going from SAP GUI to Fury. Okay. So there is no difference in the application. Okay. The application structure will be changed, but the initial, the basic functionality of everything is the same. We are going to go through the screens. Okay. At that time you will understand. So SAP Fury is more like a modern interface. So this particular box is called a SAP Fury tile. Okay. So when we create a purchase order, we can also create in GUI and also create in SAP Fury, both of the places. Okay. Then these are the modules which are present in SAP. So different type of modules we have in SAP. As I told you, the basic modules, the most like important and essential modules are SAP, FI, MM, SD, PP. These are the one. Then this is something I was telling, like it is from 2014 to 21. These are the versions what SAP S/4HANA Fury for Fury S/4HANA it is released 1503, then 1610, 1709, 1809, 1909, 2020, then 2021, 22. Okay, all of these versions are released. Okay. So who can learn SAP? So anyone who has just completed their engineering, bachelor's, master's, okay, and they want like when someone comes to in the market like for jobs. So now getting a job on your bachelor's is difficult thing. You need to add up few skills with you and then you can get a job. Okay. And so these guys can learn. Then anyone who has experience in domain means someone is working in a company in purchasing department, okay, or someone is an end user. And end user means they are working in SAP but as an end user, same like in purchasing department. Anyone who don't know code means many people have this query that do I need to code here because I don't have any knowledge in coding. So don't worry, no coding is required. Type of work as a functional or technical consultant. So what we do in what actually you have to work in a company is like suppose there is a SAP already installed or implemented in the company. So and you are supporting. You just got a job and now you are working as a support consultant. So what you do is that the users, end users, means the people from the business or from the customer who are actually using the SAP, it may happen that they are doing some mistakes, okay, and then they stuck somewhere and then they don't understand what to do. At that time, you come, they raise a ticket, okay, and then you come into the picture and then you analyze everything with your knowledge and give the solution like where actually the mistake was done. Okay. One is this. The second is suppose they want a report developed for suppose procurement. Just taking an example, procurement that they want to see what was the purchase requisition for this particular purchase order, RFQ for this particular purchase order, then the whole process flow from purchase requisition, RFQ, purchase order, GR, and invoice. Suppose they want it in one screen. So a report is to be developed for this. So as a functional consultant, after you get a knowledge or get this training, so as a functional consultant, what you have to do is you have to prepare a functional specification in which if a purchase order is created, so that purchase order is stored in a database. So you have to give the database table name and field name. It is very easy. Okay. It is not difficult, but you need to just gather all the information, prepare a document and give it to the technical guy. And technical guy will be doing the coding part and he will show you like whatever you have asked me, I have done this, please test it, whether the data is coming correct or not. So this is one part. So provide SAP solution for business process. So suppose in case they have a business process um, which is not accommodated in SAP or it is accommodated in SAP, but you have to do some changes or get help from the technical guy and do it. That is also not a difficult job after you have knowledge. Then when you go to implementation, implementation is like some company who is not having SAP and they want to implement SAP. At that time, while you go to the company, we have a big long session on this, okay? And we understand each and everything what you do from the first day to last day, what questions you ask to customer, what documents you have to prepare. I'll be giving you the documents and everything. Okay. So basically, you understand what is the business and what processes they are following, and then also there will be some processes which SAP doesn't have solution. Okay, because SAP is developed in such a way that it is a standard product with respect to a industry. So it may happen there will be some variation into that, and you need to accommodate some new process. So understanding the existing business process, the process which SAP is not accommodating, and then give the solution to that. Okay, and then we have to configure the system. I know you will like few things like configuration means what, all of these things, but don't worry. This is our first session. Going forward, in 5 to 6 sessions, you will get a crystal idea with all of my words. Okay. So, providing SAP solution, then once the system is configured and shown to your customer and they agree, then you have to train all of the users uh, because they will be using the system in coming when it is go live. Okay, so you have to train them. Then the same thing, like the work with the technical team for development. Okay, FS and all of these things. So type of companies where you can look for a job is IT company, IT companies. So you can go for any of the companies. Like all companies are having jobs with respect to SAP. So I would say just to go on LinkedIn, enter SAP MM and SAP MM jobs and see like which companies are giving jobs. It is all IT companies. So and the next thing is manufacturing companies. So you go in any of the manufacturing company, you will get two type of jobs. Is first is end user job, and they may have a IT company in within their company, so IT team within their company. So you can just like join their IT team and work as a consultant over there. So salaries are like if you are a fresher, so it will be around 2 lakh to 5 lakh, 3 to 5 years, 5 lakhs to 12 lakh, 12, and 5 to 10, 10 to 30, 10 plus years, it is 20 plus. It can go like even in after 8 years with your expertise, it can go to 20 lakhs to 40, 45 lakhs per annum. Okay. And one more thing is like what I have seen, this particular profession, consulting or SAP MM, is about consulting. This is not about technically working on a system. Technically is like coding. So as you must have seen, like artificial intelligence is changing the whole world, and this particular job has it has not still affected, and what I can see with my 10 years of experience, the the modules which can be affected is the technical modules like the coding modules, but the consulting, like understanding the requirement from business, giving the solution and doing it into the system, these things will be always manual. So we, as a consultant, you don't need to worry about like what artificial intelligence is doing to the world. Your job will be quite safer. Okay. So we have a website. Okay. Soon I'm going to like change the website to a new interface, but the content will be same within that. So you have to enroll to this particular course. Now it is enrolled, so it is showing like continue learning. But you have to enroll to this particular course. Here you can see all of the details. Okay. Mm. So the website was just like last two batches. It is released. Before that, it was all I was working with the Excel. Then, okay, this is last batch details. Don't go with that. So here you can see what you learn. Okay, all of the things. It's a write-up. Then here is your actual content. Okay, so here you can see all of the topics. So each topic has subtopics. You can go here. So why learn SAP MM? Then these are the very basic topics. But when you go to like SAP implementation methodology, like how SAP is implemented in a particular company, that there are two methodologies. We are going to learn that. Then documentations. As I told you, we this particular training will be like a implementation project, okay, where we are going to learn everything like what documentations and everything into that. So these are the documentations. If I go here, and this is some detail with respect to that document, and if I click here, you will go to the actual document. Okay. So this is the actual document. So we are going to this. The document was prepared line by line. What to what was prepared by myself. Okay. So we are going to go through the whole document with each line. We are going to read and understand the document. This document or the access to this particular course will be with you for lifetime. So don't worry about that. And then we have like all of these are all documents, documentation, end user, KDS, functional specification document. This is used for like what I've told you, like if you want to do some development, so you need to prepare this functional specification document. So the document we are also going to discuss like what should be included in the document. It is there already here. And we are also going to prepare a functional specification, okay, in detail, so that going forward when you go for a interview, not interview will not ask this, they will just ask like, yeah, have you created a FS document or something like this. Then here you can see we have procure to pay cycle, then purchase requisition, quotation, order. Okay, if you go here, just an example, create, change, display, purchase order, GUI is like the interface which I've told you, the reports for that, then Fury reports, then configuration for the purchase order. So we have in detail everything for each of the topics, okay? And we are see here all the reports, configuration, everything for each thing. Configuration is basically what the consultant is doing, okay? And we need to understand and know all of the processes. This is business partner, the supplier, all of these things. Okay, so processes, domestic procurement, import, service, subcontracting, stock transfer, purchase return, all of these processes. Then inventory management, we have many things in inventory management. Scrapping of material, transferring two step, one step. Okay. So you can now also, when you have not subscribed, you can all now also you can go and just go through the uh, chapters and topics within that. Then physical inventory, and then interview questions. So what we do is while this course, when the course is completed near about, I would say 60%, I will be giving you the set of questions for interview. You have to prepare that questions. Once the questions like we reach to 90% of our course, then actually we start our mock interviews. So in the mock interviews, the first interview will be like the questions which I've given, we will just go for the interview one to one. Then in that, you and me both will understand where you are lagging behind, whether it's your SAP knowledge, whether it's your communication, whether it's the way you are presenting yourself. Okay. So all of these things we'll be going through that. And then that time we will discuss in detail what things you have to do to prepare for your next interview. Then you have to come with the preparation, and we do the second and, if required, the third mock interview. The intention of your intention to for enrolling this course or to coming for this training is not learning, I believe. It is to get a job. Okay. And my intention is to make you ready for that job. And making ready is like you can give the interview and you can clear your interview. So here, 70% is my part, the teaching, and 30% is your part, doing your homework. Okay, just doing your homework on time, on daily basis. We have alternate day classes. The reason is like when I teach you today, you can do practice tomorrow and day after tomorrow evening, you have the second class. So the total duration will be almost 2.5 months. Okay, and that's it. You will be ready like for the, okay, just a minute. Now I will just take you to SAP and just give you a look and feel. Okay. So this is a remote system. Okay. So when you install SAP on your laptop, you'll be getting this icon. And when you double click on that, It is taking a little bit time. Maybe it is because of my internet connection, I believe. It is usually very fast. Okay, meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can just write in the comments or chat. Okay, so once I click on that particular icon, I'll just close this. I will get this screen. Okay, and this is my connection. There is a server SID instance and few details. Okay, if you go here, go for connection, go next, and you can add it over here, your new connection. We are going to go through this, like how to do this. Then once it is added, you get this line item. You just double click on that, and then you get this screen. I'm entering my ID password. Okay, and this is my SAP screen. So just for very basics, there are few codes. Okay, few means there are all codes. So here, if you come here and you want to create a purchase order, you enter ME21N and you click on enter. So now the question will be like, do I need to mug up these things? Do I need to memorize these things? So the answer is yes and no both. Okay. So this is the screen where we actually enter all the details and create a purchase order. But rather entering the number over here, you also have one more option is you go to this path. Okay. Logistics, materials management, purchasing, purchase order, create, and then you can click on here. So you come to the same screen. So there are options. Suppose if you want to add this as your favorite, so go here and you can just click on here. So you have added as a favorite. So whenever you come to your particular login, and you will get this over here. Okay. So there are many things into this now. Okay, going forward. So all of the transactions you can see. So and also you have Fury, which you can refer. Suppose SAP Fury report, SAP Fury monitor purchase order items. This is one of the application. Okay. We also have a particular session you can see on Google search. This is our channel, SAP by Hrushikesh Kaule. So you have this report over here. Okay. I wanted to just take you through like how does that look? Okay. The Fury looks, and you can more understand about it. Okay. So these are the Fury applications you can see over here, and this is the monitor purchase order, purchase requisition item. So you have filters, then you have this chart. Here you can understand like purchase requisition items, raw materials. So like total value of raw material purchase requisition without follow-on documents means no purchase order is created, and in approval means it is under approval. Okay. So this particular interface is very beautiful, and the management actually loves this kind of interface because they get a very good graphical idea on this. And now the you can just go through the full lecture or the video also. You have many things into that. Okay. So basically, how this is how the SAP Fury screen looks like. Okay. So great. So we are like almost here, and you can just let me know if you have any queries. You can just text me in the chat so that I can understand if you have anything. And There is the chat. Okay, fine. So the better way is like you can just WhatsApp me. Okay, my number is, sorry, 96655 74315. And even you have some of you have my another number. So great. You can just text me, and there will be one more demo session, and then we will not doing any live sessions. We'll be going not offline, but we will be doing all the sessions on Google Meet from there, from the third session. Okay. So thank you, everyone.